Welcome to the breakdown, where we break down all the messed up shit. Today we're checking out one of the goriest anime in existence in the form of Corpse Party, Tortured Souls. This anime is based on a long-living series of games titled Corpse Party, in which a group of young high school kids get stuck in a closed-down elementary school in another dimension filled with bloodthirsty child spirits. Before we start, make sure you guys subscribe right now so you don't miss a breakdown. In this video, you're going to learn the plot of the first 2 episodes, see all the goriest parts, and leave disturbed. So finish the food, and let's get into the breakdown. The story starts out with little girls laughing. Then we cut to another girl who finds herself in some random classroom. She notices a slip of paper, and then we go into a flashback where we see a group of kids telling stories. The storyteller is Ayumi Shinozaki. The scaredy cat is Satoshi. The sexy short-haired cutie is Naomi. The girl with the 2 balls on her head is Mayu. 4 Eyes is Morshinge. Naomi's best friend is Psycho, and the delinquent is Yoshiki. The teacher is Miss Yu, and she scares the group of kids. Along with her is Satoshi's little sister Yuka. Since Mayu is leaving school, the group decides to begin some friendship game. They start the charm where they have to say Sachiko-san 9 times, and they all have to pull a piece from that paper. As long as they have it, they'll always be friends. Then randomly, the school starts shaking violently, and in response, the group all fall through the floor. Naomi wakes up and finds Seiko in the same room, and they express curiousness at the weird situation they are in. Naomi happened to sprain her leg in that fall, but as the 2 are walking, we see a long-haired figure behind them. Seiko starts being all lesbian-y, and Naomi gives Seiko some ass medicine when we hear some English.
Oh, thank you!
Naomi gets surprised by Seiko too. Look at that face! The 2 discover that it's an elementary school, and we get more background info trying to get us to be more shocked when these characters die. They go to the infirmary, and Seiko wraps up Naomi's leg. We get more character development in the bed, and then Seiko reveals she left her friendship slip and leaves Naomi behind. Naomi gets paralyzed by a bell, and she sees that her room is all haunted. Then a spirit starts fondling her, and back with Seiko, who is wondering about Naomi, she sees that somebody had a very bad day. Naomi hears Seiko's screams and breaks free. She tries throwing a chair at the ghost and realizes the door is covered in hair as the scary ghost asks where Sa-chan is going. She breaks free, but then notices a very dead body. Then she sees a red-dressed demon girl behind her, and she opens her mouth as blood drips out. Seiko finds Naomi, then what the f, Naomi? Naomi starts screaming at Seiko for not being there. Clearly an amount of verbal anger that Seiko didn't deserve directed at her. Seiko runs away thinking Naomi is tripping, and then hears someone calling for her. Naomi finds a gory staircase and finds Seiko's lost lipstick. Then she finds Seiko's hanging body in a bathroom stall, and she's still alive. But Naomi gets all stupid trying to save her friend when all she has to do is put herself under her. She grabs a bucket full of guts, but Seiko dies, and Naomi ends the episode in her cries. Episode 2 starts off with just murder as someone explains a curse that causes people to go crazy. Then a girl in glasses, Naho, tells Naomi that Seiko killed herself to protect herself from the curse, and now Naomi will die all alone. We see Morshinge trying to escape, but Naho explains he can't as he asks about Mayu's location. Then it cuts to Satoshi and Yuka reading about the school's history, but Yuka has something to say. Satoshi and Yuka try finding a bathroom, and Yuka keeps talking in first person. They find Morshinge taking pictures of a wall with exploded remains all over it. Then they split up for some reason. It's like they don't know that if you're in a situation, the best thing to do is stay together. Next it cuts to Yoshiki and Shinozaki, and she feels like her head's about to explode. Then they notice a weird ghost boy, and he's about to Bruce Lee them, but then the boy disappears. Then Naho comes up and Shinozaki recognizes her. Naho explains that 4 kids' spirits created an unescapable void in a heavily host elementary school. Naho says they should try appeasing the spirits by finding the killer. Then the 2 learn that all the students are in different closed spaces and won't be able to meet each other. Yui Sensei reads more about some child murders that took place at the school. You're about to see the victims of what the paper entails. She sees Mayu talking to the kids that she was just reading about, and that's exactly how they were killed. Yui Sensei tries to save Mayu from the vengeful spirits, but instead the spirits grab Mayu by the legs and drag her with superhuman speed and smash her into the wall as Yui Sensei looks on horrified. Then we see her balls is all that's left. Then suddenly a man sneaks up and KOs the unaware teacher. Morshinge sits and cries, still wondering where Mayu is, but he doesn't realize he is actually looking right at her. He gets a call telling him, "Don't look in my insides," which is Mayu from the grave, which causes him to break down. Satoshi and Yuka then get led by a demon girl in a red dress. They get led outside as Yuka struggles to hold her pee. Satoshi's dumb ass lets Yuka go with the demon girl to the bathroom. Satoshi is a bucket of who lets his bloodline be in danger with the antagonist of the movie. I don't give a fuck if she look like Dora. Satoshi should have watched her pee, damn it. Yuka tries using the bathroom and the demon girl leaves her behind and she gets scared by a spirit girl. The two siblings then get separated and the demon dress girl surprises Satoshi as Yuka cries for her brother. Next it cuts to Shinozaki and Yoshiki walking with a dog that supposedly belongs to the killer. The dog starts talking, apparently apologizing for the murders. They find the dead spirit boy's pack from earlier and he appears and asks for it back by suffocating Shinozaki, but she uses the boy's tongue to get him to stop, which releases the boy from the void and into the heavens. The duo try to figure out how they will appease the spirits, but then it cuts to Yuka trying to find her brother, but she runs into a crazy Moshige hitting a corpse. He tries helping her, but his definition of help is on some pedophile shit. Yuka hides under some floorboards, but then Uchiha Kizami, a random student, offers help to Yuka. They run into a Moshige, but Kizami literally destroys him effortlessly before turning crazy himself. And that is the first 2 episodes of Corpse Party Tortured Souls. Hope you guys enjoyed this part, and make sure you like the video and subscribe today so you don't miss the breakdown of episodes 3 and episodes 4. And trust me, things get even more gnarly in those. Anyway, if you're still watching, let's go over the most disturbed moment and most enjoyed moment in that spooky stuff. Okay, let's get right into it. The most disturbed moment goes to Mayu's death. The characters do have some history behind them, and as nice as they are, I don't think Mayu deserved to get thrown into a wall like that. Although the real disturbed part is the fact that she's stuck in that void forever and will possibly feeling that depth for all eternity. The most enjoyed moment is Seiko's cuteness. I wish she lived longer because I love me some Seiko. And that's it. Again, make sure you guys comment below on any thoughts or movie suggestions and subscribe today and join the notification gang so you can see the next 2 episodes. SpookyRice out.